Hey guys, we're here at WagerTalk TV. I'm Kelly in Vegas, joined by Vegas Cris and Vegas Frank. We got some contest veterans sitting here with me today. So naturally, we're going to talk about contests, but let's go over a couple highlights. Golden Nugget Friday Football Showdown. You guys won some money back in 2016. Won the 2016 Last Man Standing contest at Stations. 2011, 100 grand. Can I borrow some money in the Wynn Surviving Contest and the Palms Pigskin Payout 2011? You guys won by an astounding amount. I mean, if we want to talk about contests, these are the guys to do it. I'm going to start off with one of my favorite contests, the Westgate SuperContest. 5 NFL games against the spread every week, $1,500 buy-in. Super exciting stuff. Frank, I'm going to kick it to you, though, because they have something they started last year called the Gold Contest. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
That actually, there's a lot of contests in town. That's actually the purest and the best contest for actual, I would say handicapping and for, just pure. Because there's only, last year there was 94 players. You put up $5,000, 5 games against the spread, winner take all. This year, I think they expect 200. So that's still within like a level of, really like skill, and you're going against the best guys. When you go 3-2, you actually move up. 4-1, you really move up. Kind of like the World Series of Poker, when they used to, I've been here 55 years, there used to be 300, 400 players, you could win it, it was a lot of skill. Now with 8,000 players, you're getting into like lotto territory. Same thing with like the Super Contest. So I think that the $5,000 buy-in is the purest and the most skillful contest there is. But I got one tip on the Westgate contest. And even though I live here and I've always entered that contest, I seen like you have a proxy, what is it, like 150?
300 for the season, yeah.
300 still. If I actually live here and if you break it down for the 17 weeks, it's actually like what 300 divided by that, it's like $17.64. If somebody told me, Frank, you got to drive to the Westgate and back from Aliante, because I live by Aliante, for $17.64, I go, no, let Kelly put it in for me. I would do that.
Don't worry, I'll stand in line every Saturday morning for you and put in your plays. You just let me know.
It's a great value for the Westgate.
Yes, absolutely. And those guys over there always take great care of me. Another contest that I really enjoy is the Golden Nugget. Now, it used to be the Friday Football Showdown. They changed it to the Ultimate Football Challenge this year. Super exciting because there's no more totals. So before, where people would bet these stale college football totals on Friday afternoon from Wednesday, it just got out of control. Now they did away with that, so it's college football, NFL, 7 games against the spread every week, $1,000 buy-in, and what I love the most, it is 100% of the prize pool goes back to the entrance. They're not taking any money out of their pockets. Cris, do you participate in that one as well?
Yeah, we love that contest. 2 years ago, we finished first and second in regular season and flamed out in the first round in the playoffs, unfortunately. But we'll definitely be in that contest. Also, we're happy to see that the Stations is going to have their Last Man Standing contest again. We won that one 2 years ago. We like that one a lot. And they're also bringing back their great gift giveaway contest. They're scrapping that free contest that they used the last couple of years, and they're bringing it back for $25 an entry, where they give away the houses, and they give the people that have the worst record and the best record can win, and then they've got the fiddle in the middle. So I think a lot of the regular people will be happy to see that contest come back too.
Awesome stuff. Another thing that we have here in town is William Hill does a college pick'em and a pro pick'em. It is 7 games against the spread every week. It's a smaller buy-in, $500 for maybe some of those that don't want to contribute the $1,500 to $1,000, and it's $75,000 guaranteed cash and prizes. Frank, tell me about some of your favorite contest strategies and how you guys have been so successful in some of these contests.
Well, it depends on which one. There's some where, like he was talking, the Golden Nugget used to have the lines out on Wednesday afternoon. It was so there would be 4 and 5 and 6 point line differences in the totals. We actually didn't play a lot of those really gross kind of stale line ones. But on strategies, it depends how deep you are into the contest. Some of the contests, especially with like those stale lines. Let's say, for instance, you're in the Golden Nugget and it was 12 weeks, and after week 9, you're really, really far behind. Well, you got to make up games. You actually have to take the worst of it. You have to say, I'm going to bet against I'm going to take the worst of it on those 4, 5, and 6 point line moves, and just say, I know the total's 65, I'm going to go over 71 because that will gain you 2 games. You have to, because if you play what they play and you're behind, you're not going to gain ground. So you have to think a little bit like chess a little bit when it gets deeper into the contest. Even at the Westgate, let's say it's week 13, 14, and you're right there, maybe you're 3.5 or 4 games away, and you see 2 stale lines, like the Bears are 5 now, they're 8.5. And you say, and no, not that deep, because at that deep you still want to protect it because you're into it. But let's say you want to make the top 50. You're going to have to suck it up and just say, you know what, I'm gonna lay the 8.5. I know the game's 5. I'm gonna lay 8.5 because I have to. If I bet what they bet, you cannot move up.
I got it. So one of my favorite strategies is I always tell people I don't like to bet the Thursday night game when I participate in the SuperContest. Why? Because I'm taking almost 36 hours or so away from information. People get in trouble, people get injured in practice, all sorts of crazy stuff can happen between Thursday afternoon when I put my plays in and Saturday morning when they're due. Cris, do you agree or disagree with that strategy?
Yeah, personally, I don't like to use a Thursday game unless it's just absolutely imperative. It has to be a very, very solid play for us to lose that because there's so much stuff that moves on that Friday morning. Even for the Golden Nugget deadline and even for the Super Contest, the deadline's later. But some other really important things with the contest, it sounds really stupid, but I've got so many alarms set on my phone every week to remind me of when the deadlines are, because every contest has different deadlines, and if you're doing private contests in different time zones, you're going to forget about this stuff. There's no way to keep track of all this stuff. I've coined a new term between us, and Frank laughed about it, contest fatigue, and it sets in. Let me tell you, if you're playing too many contests, contest fatigue is going to set in, and it's going to kill you, and you're going to miss deadlines, you're going to get disillusioned, you're going to, you're not going to stay sharp. It's a lot of work if you're going to do these contests the right way. We don't do every contest. We leave a few of them out, and we do the ones that we do well in. Touching back on what you said, if you're doing a private eliminator type contest, which is what we do, we had success last year on that, make sure that you're not just playing the games that everybody else is playing. You can't win those 1,000 and 2,000 person pools if you're betting the same games or taking the same teams that these guys are taking. You have to take the mid-range teams.
Just don't bet the Browns like I did every week last year. On that note, appreciate you guys coming in to talk about your favorite Vegas contests. Manic Mondays at WagerTalk. All Monday daily packages for only $9. Includes 5% plays. And last but not least, college football through the national championship, NFL through the Super Bowl. Cris and Frank right now, $8.95. You can get their season packages. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the thumbs up, give us a like, and share this video with your friends.